Nice to see you all. Presenting myself, I'm Staffan Mörndal from Verdane and have Arkadi from Wunderflats here. So briefly about myself, I've been with Verdane almost 2 decades, so getting old in this industry. Some of you I already know, I see here. Some have seen me before. And I was an entrepreneur before that, but got my entrepreneurial hunger fed by developing Verdane. So now we're at about 150 employees and some 8 billion under management. And doing anything from 10 to 150 million euro tickets, both in regular growth type investments and also doing portfolio investments or continuation vehicles of different types. So we, I guess, are similar to others, but stick out a bit, perhaps in values and culture. I hope so, at least. And also in having an operational team that's now spanning 40 people trying to help and be active investors. Over to you a bit, Arkadi.
Thanks, Staffan. Yeah, I'm Arkadi. I'm one of the 2 founders at Wunderflats. Have been working at the housing industry since nearly 10 years. Very excited also for the next decade to come. And Wunderflats is about flexible housing. We're the category leader in it. We have about 50,000 apartments that one can rent seamlessly, securely online. And we want to push the world further to a place where people can live and work anywhere.
So when I think about Wunderflats, one of the things that come to mind is that you've been quite capital efficient, and that kind of ties into our choosing growth religion a bit. Can you talk a bit more about that?
Yeah, so actually over the past years we've been accelerating growth to now this year to date 100% year-over-year revenue growth, while currently being at a rule of 85, so very little losses compared to the revenue. But the revenue is not the most important KPI that we have looked at. It has been always the margins that the revenues generate. We had not a single month where we had negative contribution margins. It has always been since the second or third rental positive contribution margins that we have been able to generate with a really nice payback time right now of below 12 months for our customer acquisition. And looking for a lot of growth channels currently to scale further. And the second topic is being then obsessed about the customers, where we are proud to have a Net Promoter Score of 60. So this combined makes marketing very efficient and never spend too much on that, but rather spend on customer happiness.
So actually my first connection with Wunderflats was when I was moving to Berlin. I had 2 big topics with family, moving there with 3 kids. One was getting a school, where actually Nico helped me out a bit. And one was getting an apartment, which I thought was going to be really difficult, but it only took like 2 days. And it was very convenient with Wunderflats. So that's why I reached out and we ended up doing an investment. So thanks for that.
You're very welcome.
Apart from that first kind of getting to know you as a customer, the second most memorable thing I have about Wunderflats is when we met in, I think it was February 2022, had a board meeting and took an important decision. Do you know which one I'm talking about?
Yeah, totally. February 24th. It was a weird day for, I guess, many of us here. February 24th was the day that Russia attacked Ukraine. I think the news broke in Germany at about 10 a.m. I read it. I'm born in Russia. I was not surprised by this somehow. I was continuing to prepare the leadership quarterly. And Jan, my co-founder, called me at 11 a.m. and said, "Hey, Arkadi, we have a housing platform. There are going to be refugees. We should do something." I'm like, yeah, you're probably right. We wrote an email to the board saying, let's talk at 6 p.m. We need to do something here. We explained to the board that we're going to ask all our landlords to offer free housing for the refugees and also all other people to offer that. At 6 p.m., Staffan, Nico, Jan, and me discussed it. Everybody agreed that even if we lose some revenues, this is more important. And we ended up helping more than 20,000 Ukrainian refugees by now, and by now are an official partner of the European Union and of the German government for refugee housing. So that has been very transformational for how we use the platform, not just for professionals that move for a new job, but for actual people that might not have any money and are in a very different situation than when you moved to Berlin.
Yeah. So more about the future, perhaps. Now we've been talking mostly about what has been. How do you see the future of Wunderflats?
Yeah, we really want to shape housing so that flexible housing is swift, seamless, and secure. We really want to make sure that more people can live and work anywhere, at least in Europe. We have mapped the entire European market by the customers and all the players there. And we want to continue the growth that we currently have and accelerate changing how housing looks today. We feel like it should be quite easy and safe, but what many people don't know that for most it isn't. One of the top 3 frauds and scams in the internet is not the Nigerian prince that keeps writing all of us many emails. Actually, one of the top 3 is the apartment scam, where people like Staffan might be moving to Berlin, and then somebody shows that this is a perfect apartment, just wire the deposit over here. Then he and his family arrives, and nothing is there. And this is just one of the barriers. There are many, many more legal barriers that some of you might have faced, and administrative barriers. And if we want to come together as humanity and address big problems, build amazing companies, we need to be able to live and work anywhere. We need to be able to open the next chapter of our lives easily and smoothly, and that's what that's what Wunderflats is in the game for. And we're happy to have you back us in this.
I'm not as visionary as you are, Arkadi, so I'm more kind of into the numbers. So from my kind of investor brain, a simple brain, I'm kind of taking with us the main points for what Verdane thinks about when we think about Wunderflats. It's basically a great founder team and team in general, a market that's continuing to grow. You know, we have people that need to move and live temporarily in different places. We have great contribution margin, together with great growth. I like those together. A rule of 40 that's now at 85, that's quite nice. And we also have a quite nice cash flow by now. So that's a nice combination. I think we'll keep it at that. Thanks.
Thank you.